We are reading from Canto 1, Chapter 3, entitled Krishna is the source of all darkness. Text 25. अथासो युग संध्यायां दस्य प्रायेषु राजसु जनिता विष्णु यशसो जनिता विष्णु यशसो नाना कल्किर जगत्पतिः अथासो युग संध्यायां दस्युभायेषु राजसु जनिता विष्णु यशसो नानाकल्पितजगत्पतिः अथासौ युगसन्ध्यायां दस्युप्रायेषु राजसु जनिता विष्णु यशसो नानाकल्पितजगत्पतिः Word to word translation, word to word meaning, translation for provided is equal to Srila Prabhupada. Word to word meaning. Atha, thereafter. Also, the same Lord. Yuga Sandhyaya, at the conjunction of the yugas. Vastu, Kuladaras, Prayeshu, almost all. Rajasu, the governing personalities. Janita will take his birth. Vishnu, named Vishnu. Yashasaha, surnamed Yasha. Nana, in the name of Kalki, the incarnation of the Lord. Jagannathi, the Lord of the creation. Translation. Thereafter, at the convention of the two yugas, the Lord of the creation will take his birth as the Kalki incarnation and become the son of Vishnu Yasha. At this time, the rulers of the earth will live. At this time, the rulers of the earth will have degenerated into plunderers. Here is another foretelling of the advanced Lord Kalki, the incarnation of Godhead. He is to appear at the convention of the two yugas, namely at the end of Kali Yuga and the beginning of Satyuga. The cycle of the four yugas, namely Satya, Treta, Dwapar, and Kali, rotates like calendar months. The present Kali Yuga lasts 432,000 years, out of which we have passed only 5,000 years after the battle of Kurukshetra. And at the end of regime of King Parikshit, so there are 4,27,000 years balance yet to finish. Therefore, at the end of this period, the incarnation of Kalki will take place. As foretold in Srimad Bhagavata, the name of his father, Vishnu Yasha, a learned Brahma, and the village Shambhal are also mentioned. As above mentioned, all these foretellings will prove to be factual in the chronological order. That is the authority of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation can be witnessed. Thereafter, at the convention of two yugas, the Lord of creation will take his birth as the Kalki incarnation and become the son of Vishnu Yesha. At this time, the rulers of the earth will have these and the ready to plunder us. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Ramayam Tadati Swayatrantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Prakatam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathandikantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadhutam Priyanashritam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Jalita Sri Vishanakanidamsa Namo Shripadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanaya Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Adeshavini Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Premutadayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaurav Krishna Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaurav Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So before starting, I seek blessings of all the assembled devotees, so that I speak in front with right gratitude for my own purification and pleasure of the Lord and devotees. So this chapter we are discussing from Bhagavatam, the title is Krishna in the source of all incarnations. And today this verse explains the advent of Kalki at the end of Kali Yuga. That means 4,52,000 years. So this is the prediction which is given in Bhagavatam. So generally every morning we discuss Bhagavatam. We discuss it every day we discuss one sutra, one text. So actually this faith is very important in Bhagavatam, because many times if a newcomer is coming in temple, he may not pay attention to what is going on, what speaker is reading, why others are sitting as they are sitting in class, which is usually it is in schools and colleges. But other places and that one temple, it is not very visible. But Srila Prabhupada is still started this, so that we will understand our real life. And real life is not just this world, but there is a life beyond this material world, and that is that place is Vaikuntha, which is free of all anxieties. And if we practice this bhakti, we go back to that place, which is the original home, which is full of happiness, eternity, and knowledge. But this place, as Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, is full of misery, that dukkha and saraswati. Now, one may not agree who has money or other facilities, but at some or the other point in his life, he has to agree to this proposal. he will experience himself that this world is full of dukkha. If everything is going nicely, some unexpected event or some unexpected death of relative or some family members will suddenly happen, and at least at the time one will realize this. So we discuss every day this Bhagavatam to know our original identity, to know our original place, spiritual world, and that is described here. Not just that, but what is this material world? What is the purpose of human life? Why difficulties or miseries come? Is there life after death? Who is creator of this creation? What is our relationship with him? So all these questions which we have are answered in Bhagavatam. But what is the problem? Problem is faith. We don't have faith in Srimad Bhagavatam and scriptures. And not just so this Bhagavatam is essence of all the scriptures. Essence means in fourth chapter, which is the next chapter, Narad Muni, on the instruction, as on the instruction of Narad Muni, he writes this Bhagavatam. So this Bhagavatam is essence or conclusion of all Vedic knowledge. And Vedic knowledge is whatever knowledge required to live in this material world happily. So this Bhagavatam is essence of that. So whatever knowledge we need to know is given in this Bhagavatam. So we should try to develop faith in this. And whatever information is given is not mythology or some imagination. And this faith is developed when we discuss Bhagavatam in association. So this ABCD is very important. Associating with devotees, then every day we should read these books, then we should chant the holy name. Then diet is whatever we eat, first offer it as a prasad, offer it as a bhoga to Lord, and then accept it as a mercy of the Lord. D is diet and E is engagement. As much as possible, sir, this mission of Krishna consciousness or help to preach this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. So faith is very important in the scriptures and specifically Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Because in Kali Yuga, we understand at least theoretically from Bhagavatam, Prayena Alpaisha Satya, Kala Asmi Yuge Jana, Manda Sumanda Deyo, Manda Bhagya. In general, we have Prayena Alpa Ayusha. We have very less duration of our life. Manda Sumanda Matayo. Manda is we are spiritually done. Sumanda Matayo, our Mati, the intelligence is also less. Manda Bhagya, our Bhagya is fortune is also very less. And Upadara is we are always disturbed. So for this audience, Lord has given this essence of Vedic knowledge. It is not possible for us to even understand Vedas. And Veda is very vast body of knowledge. But which knowledge from Veda is most important for us to know? So that most important knowledge is Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. And what is this knowledge essentially? It is about our own identity. What is who we are? Then what is this creation? Who has created this creation? Then what is the purpose of this creation? Why death comes in our life? We don't want that. Why death, old age, misery comes in our life? And is there a life after death? So all this information, all this knowledge, which is most essential, is given in Bhagavad Gita. So every day we need to develop faith in this by practicing, by reading, by hearing from authorized sources from the devotees of the Lord. So in this purport, Prabhupada is explaining in this sloka, the advent of milk is uh, mentioned. I think recently this new movie also has released Kalki. I tried to understand what it is, but I could not understand. One of our devotees, Prabhuji, he has spoken on this movie and its authority uh, in comparison with Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. I tried to understand that, but I could not understand. So even movies, whatever they are based on Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, most of the times they are not authorized. They are very they depict distorted version of our Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, Ramayana, many times, which is very unfortunate. So this incarnation is mentioned here in this shloka. So even this incarnation will appear. So from Bhagavad Gita we understand the purpose of Advent Lord is Paritranaya Sadhuna Vinasaya Dushkana Dharma Samsthapanarthaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. So purpose of Lord's Advent is what? Paritranaya Sadhuna. To deliver the devotees or who obey the laws of God and to annihilate those who don't obey the laws of the God or demons. And Dharma Samsthapan and to establish the path of religion, Lord. And what religion? Religion is again our duty to God, what is our purpose of this life. And can we individually have our own law? Let's say traffic law is there, we have to keep left in India. Can we have our own law in our, let's say, society or state? No. Actually, the laws are made, designed by state or country. So similarly, the laws of God, which we call as a religion, is not designed by somebody. They are given by Lord. Even in Bhagavatam, between conversation of Vishnu Rulas and Yaduras, they ask Vishnu Rulas just to understand the authority of knowledge. They ask Yaduras, uh, if you really think you know the religion, please tell us what is religion. Then they say, actually religion or dharma is dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. The religion is given by God. So we have to understand this religion and we have to try to practice. So this Kalki incarnation is mentioned in this verse, and Prabhupada is explaining that this Kalki will appear at the conjunction of two yugas, at the end of Kali Yuga, and when he comes and after killing of all the kings, the religious kings, then the new Yuga will start, Satyuga, and it will happen after 432,000 years. Now, one may not believe it, as we discussed in the beginning, we have to develop faith. All this information given in Bhagavatam is factual, it is not mythology or something like that. Now, middle of this Kalki incarnation are also mentioned in 12th canto. So, three. 4 to 5 shlokas are given there. We'll see those shlokas. So if possible, we can open 12 canto, chapter 2, takes 17 to 22 explains about this incarnation in detail, where it will appear exactly. So, in Prabhupada is explaining that the 4 yugas they appear in the cycle. The cycle has 7 weeks, 7 days of the week. So after Monday we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So the cycle continues. Or months which we have 12 months, they continue in cycle. So similarly, these 4 yugas they appear in cycle one after another. So first is Satya, then Treta, then Dwapar and Kali. And after Kali Yuga, Satya Yuga will begin. This also is true. It is not some imagination. And currently, and not just that, every day of Brahma, which is called as a Kalpa, has 40 manus. And each manu has a duration of 71 Divya Yugas. Each manu has duration of 71 Divya Yugas. That means Satya, Treta, Dwapar and Kali into 71. So the duration is very large, we cannot even count. So such 14 manus are there in one day of Brahma. So one manu duration is 71 Divya, 71 into 4 the years we can build. And such 14 manus. So that is one day of Brahma. And when Vishnu, this total material creation, how it comes into being, Mahavishnu is sleeping, and when he exhales from the pores of the body, all the universes are coming out. And this is not just one universe, but there are many millions and unlimited universes. So this also is not imagination. We have to understand that all this is reality, and this reality may be beyond our experience, but it is fact. We have to understand this as a fact. So this cycle continues. So we'll just try to see a little more detail about this incarnation. So this is 12 to 17. चराचर गुरो विष्णु ईश्वरस्याखिलात्मनः धर्म प्राणाय साधुना जन्म कर्म पनुते. Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the spiritual master of all moving and non-moving living beings, and the Supreme Soul of all, takes birth to protect the principles of religion and to relieve his saintly devotees from the reactions of material world. So, as I mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, similar sloka is there. Paritranaya sadhuna, vinashaya cha dushkritam, dharma samsthapanaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So, there is a lot of different. He appears in the spiritual world. He descends अवतरती वो अवतरित होते हैं इसलिए he is he knows says that she so he says, how should I understand this? Please explain. In our simple terms, he was saying actually you are speaking lie, but clarify to me. So then Arjuna says, actually both of us we have taken many births and you don't remember anything of that. But I remember everything because I am God. We understand this. He doesn't take birth as per based on the uh, karma, and he is not forced to the. So here in this sloka, it is said that Jachara Guru Vishnu. Vishnu, who is expansion, he is Charachara Guru. Charachara, moving and non-moving. Those who are and non-moving, lost, moving and non moving and non-moving beings. Essentially, God is the creator. We have to understand this. And Ishwarasya Akhil Atmana. He is the Supreme Soul. So Supreme Soul is he is responsible for everything actually. Um, Sarvakara Karma in the Brahma Samhita also this fact is explained by Brahmaji, who is secondary creator of this universe. And Dharma Sadhana. And to protect for the protection of the mission he appears. And sadhuna dhamma karma apa and really recently noticed from the reactions of material world. So in this world we appear and when we live our life uh, we are bound by many unlimited material reactions, either good or bad. We have to suffer those uh, reactions. But if you take the process of burning, all those reactions are burned. And we are beyond either good reactions or bad reactions, and we develop our spiritual body. So this happens when we take up to the process of bhakti. And Lord, he frees devotees from the reactions of material world. Now, in next sloka, the advent or the appearance is mentioned. Lord Kalki Shambhara Grama Mukyasya Brahmanasya Mahatmana Bhavane Vishnu Yasasah Kalki Prado Bhavishyati. Lord Kalki appears in the home of the most eminent Brahmana of the Shambhala village, the great soul Vishnu Yasha. And little more description is given in the next sloka. We'll read the translation. Lord Kalki, the Lord of the universe, will mount his swift horse Devadatta. So he will, his horse is Devadatta. And the sword in hand travel over the earth, expecting his eight mystic opulences and eight special qualities of Godhead, displaying his unequaled effulgence and riding with great speed, he is killed by the millions those thieves who have dared dress as kings. So his main mission will be to kill the kings, leaders, Actually, the duty of leader is to educate citizens in the science of soul, in the science of our existence. That is the main duty of leaders. In fifth canto of Bhagavatam, one of the incarnations of the Lord, he explains that one should not become a parent, one should not become a father, one should not become a mother, one should not become a teacher, one should not become a leader unless one takes the responsibility, spiritual responsibility, or unless one is capable of giving spiritual knowledge to their dependents. So it is the foremost duty of a king or the leader of the society to educate people on the science of our human existence, science of soul, purpose of our life, and overall existence, based on Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad, uh, individual thought option. Because many times people, yes. So he was asking me, actually you are working in ISKCON, and similar to ISKCON, many other spiritual organizations are there. And he was asking, uh, so I said, ISKCON, but you are authority of ISKCON, why ISKCON is authorized. So I said actually we have to individually, it is our individual responsibility. Just like Prabhupada explains, we have many doctors, many lawyers, many engineers, many chartered accountants, and many other professional people. But in that particular respective field, it is our duty to find who is genuine doctor, who is fake doctor, who is genuine lawyer, or some other things. So it is our responsibility, and they should be authorized. So similarly, in spirituality also, we have to understand the authority. Now, any organization, we can call it as authorized only if they have some authority, only if they speak on Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad, or some scripture. So I explained it. He is from us, I am also Maharashtra. I said, for me it was very simple to verify the authority. I said, in our Maharashtra, many saints are there. And we have in every home something called as an Dhaneshwari. So I said, what is this Dhaneshwari? I said, Dhaneshwari is this Bhagavad Gita 700 shlokas, Sant Dhaneshwar he took. And because those shlokas or Bhagavad Gita was not accessible to everybody, he took those shlokas and he gave explanations in simple language. Marathi language. So Bhagavad Gita, all things they agree with the authority of Bhagavad Gita. Then I said Gatha, the Gatha given by the Marathi or Guru Ramdas, which we understand as a revelation from the Lord. So that is nothing but essence of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Because we see description many and many other pastimes are explained. Prahlad Maharaj's pastime, Jati Maharaj's pastime, many of the pastime, most of them, they are given Gatha. So I say Bhagavad Gita, Dhaneshwari, Gatha, and even Sant Eknath Maharaj, he has commented on the 11th canto of Bhagavatam, which is called as Eknath. Because that is most complex to understand as beyond 11th canto. So all the things and they but this science. So I said for us and not just in Maharashtra but any part of India, people or saints, whatever knowledge they give, whatever knowledge they speak, it is based mostly on Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad. So I said, any organization, if they speak from Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, you can consider it as authorized. And then he was naming different organization. Oh, I sometimes go there to that organization, but they don't speak from Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Other organization, even Satsang guys see here, but that is not there. So I said it is very easy. So we have to understand the aspect of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, and we have to understand even organization who are preaching this knowledge, spiritual knowledge. We have to understand its Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. In general. So this shloka also now explains in detail. Anyone who would be attracted by the sight of powerful, beautiful man riding on a wonderful horse at lightning speed, chastising and devastating cruel, demoniac people with a sword in his hand. Of course, fanatical materialists may argue that this picture of Lord Balkum is a mere anthropomorphic creation of the human mind, a mythological entity created by the people who need to believe in some superior being. But this argument is not logical, nor does it prove anything. It is merely the opinion of certain people. Now, what can I say? Oh, it is mythology, but that is their opinion. We need water, but that does not mean man creates water. We also need food, oxygen, and many other things that we do not create. Since our general experience is that our needs correspond to available objects existing in the external world, that we appear to need a supreme Lord would tend to indicate that in fact there is a supreme Lord. In other words, nature endows us with a sense of need for things that actually exist and that are in fact necessary for our well-being. Similarly, we experience a need for God because we are in fact part of Him. And God, and we are in fact part of God and cannot live without Him. At the end of the Yuga, the same God will appear as mighty Kali Avatar and be the pollution of and beat the pollution out of the demons. In next sloka, after all the coastal kings have been killed, the residents of the cities and towns will feel the breezes carrying the most sacred fragrance of the sandalwood waste and other decorations of Lord Vasudeva, and their minds will thereby become transcendentally pure. When Lord Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appears in their hearts in his transcendental form of goodness, the remaining citizens will abundantly repopulate the earth. When the Supreme Lord has appeared on the earth as Kalki, the maintainer of religion, Satyayuga will begin and the human society will bring forth progeny in the mode of goodness. So, the next is description of Satyuga, how it will be Satyuga. So, this some of the shlokas they give some detail about the incarnation of Kalki. And in this shloka, it is said as Rashtu Prayashu, Rajasu. So, when in the end of Kali Yuga, all the Prayashu, almost all Rajasu, the governing personalities or the government leaders, when they become plunderers, means they will just loot the general public by taxes and plunder means. That kind of kill them. So I was hearing a lecture of Prabhupada has given a lecture on this lake. So he was explaining how the situation is in current days. And he said this is just the beginning of the Yuga. We cannot even imagine what will happen as the Yuga progresses and progresses. In today's situation also we see the leaders they are just interested in grabbing the power. So for one term we have X party, for next term we people they like with some hope another party, then they come, they, they look even more. They, then this is continuing, we can see. And in almost all countries, this is the case. I drove a very elaborately experience about the situation of different countries. And it says actually the only hope is subconscious movement. What is that hope? Lord has appeared in this universe. So even in yesterday's verse, in the beginning of Kali Yuga, those people who were so for believing in them, God appeared as a Buddha, and in the end, he will appear as Kalki. But the situation of people will not be very much different. It will remain same. But our great fortune is we have, by some great fortune, we have come in touch with the devotees. And only when one comes in touch of devotees, contact of devotees, sincere devotees, like Prabhupada, we can understand the reality of our life. And then we can take up this reality seriously, practice fully, and go out beyond the cycle of birth and death to the spiritual world, and we can make our human birth, human life successful. So we have got this opportunity. We have got the holy name, which is not different, even more merciful than the law. To the spiritual world, he left behind this Bhagavatam, which is not different than. And even in Bhagavatam, many descriptions, there are all histories of devotees who are in direct touch of Lord. And many of the descriptions, they are not from this universe, but they are descriptions of many of the different uh, planets. These descriptions are not just descriptions of this universe or this planet, but many other planets. So I will just read a few things. This is very important to understand about Bhagavatam. So this is the same chapter, first canto, third chapter. I hate the authority of Bhagavatam is explained by Sri Goswami to Sonakati. So they are explained that this Bhagavatam is explained by Sukadeva Goswami, by Vyasadeva to Sukadeva Goswami's son. So in the purport, Prabhupada is writing something very important. So I will just read it. Because some of the descriptions in Bhagavatam, some of the events, they may appear beyond our experience. Just like size of even Gajendra, elephant Gajendra, it's huge size mentioned. Now, if one reads that description, one may think, oh, this is for sure mythology. But we have to understand that this Bhagavatam is not history of this planet, this universe, but it is history of different planets. And those planets, they have altogether different, what we can say, life, different time span, and many other. Facts which are derived from other planets do not correspond with the experience of this planet. So whatever this planet life has, life is there, whatever our experience is, that may not correspond with the uh, life or situation of other planet. I will read this again. And therefore, some of the historical facts derived from other planets do not correspond with the experience of this planet. Considering the different situation of different planets and also time and circumstances, there is nothing wonderful in the stories of Puranas, nor are they imaginary. We should always remember the maxim that once man's food is another man's poison. We should not therefore reject the stories and histories of the Puranas as imaginary. No, they may be beyond our experience, but they are not imaginary. The great rishi is like brass had no business putting some imaginary stories in their literatures. And very nice in Prabhupada is saying, actually they are very great personalities, whereas they, when even those who were part of the audience, when Sukadeva Swami was explaining this many other sales, which those personalities are very important. They are busy, and they will not come there to hear some imaginative stories. So here also Prabhupada is writing the same thing. The great places like Vyas have no business putting some imaginative stories in their literature. So we should take advantage of this Bhagavatam also, which is not different than Lord, and most recently Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, and he appeared to kill this demoniac mentality or the demons inside the heart, and he gave the process of chanting the holy name. Uh, offenselessly. So in prayerful mode, without offenses, then we can kill these demons which are sitting inside the heart, and we can come back to Godhead. So this chanting is very important. Chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can chant once. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Two more times we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So if we do this chanting and associate with sincere devotees, we can make our life successful and save ourselves from this sword of Kalki. Otherwise, we may have to take birth again and then continue this cycle. But we can free ourselves from the cycle of birth and death by the mercy of Prabhupada. We have got this process. So by practicing this process of Navila Bhakti sincerely, seriously, without hesitation, we can make our life successful. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Sri Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.